Hello everyone. Hello everyone. So I hope you are able to hear. I just took some time to set it up. So let's get started. Simple. I think it's simple landscape, but I would still feel that you might be a little bit more than beginner, but you can actually attempt. So let's just start. Very miniature. I'm going to take my cerulean blue, but I'll take a little bit white with this because I don't want that dark. So let's just see. Yeah, that is more than enough. That's the horizon line. I will go upwards instead of going from uh, top to bottom. I'm going to go upwards. So let's just take maybe a little bit more white here. A little bit more white. Yes. Go up, up. Then I will increase that blue here. I'm just trying to make sure that sky is very blue. The reason is you get to know when I apply paint some clouds. So that's the that's what I'm after. So there should be more than enough. I'm using some old angular brush. You can use, I have, because this is smaller one, I can use even a smaller angular brush. I think I should be able to get try to get this with this. So let's just tap a little bit and try to get some clouds. This is liquid one, although I don't like it much, but I'm going to use this anyways. Let's just see. Right, you also keep that blue ready if at any point of time if you really need it. Right, I have another brush here, so I can actually just the dry brush, I can go circular, and then yeah, if I really want a little bit brighter I can go later. Let me just go a little bit one more because I don't want to create pattern here. So let me just there, right? So the bottom one, just you can use if you have any blending brush or otherwise fan brush. I'm just going to wipe it off again. So wipe off again. Let's just go one more here. I think one more, just one more. Blend this with the same brush itself, so you will know where you're going with that. I'm just going to create very simple, not going to make it more complicated. Go outside, just take it out, and then this side. Right, as I go down I'm going to put a little bit smaller ones here too. Right, so that way I will break the entire any repetition which is there. So that's just there. So good enough, just simple. I'm not too much detail, so just follow this along, just exactly how I put. So now what I want to do is I'm going to use this brush, and then let's try to get some details on this, right? So the idea is to get some uh, what do you call, some faraway mountains. For that I'm going to take a little bit of crimson, just a little bit of crimson, because already I've used blue, so I don't want to use. Let's just see how that turns out. Little bit violetish color, as you can see, violetish color. To that I'm going to add a little bit white. If you can see, the value is too dark, so I'm going to add more white to this. I will mix this here rather than that side, so that reddish violetish, you can see the blue difference here itself. So let's just apply this. I think should be enough, but let's just see. I think because acrylic is actually going to dry darker, I'm going to make sure that I will follow that itself. Let's just go along with that. Somewhere that here, there, just like that. One, maybe let's just break it off and break this up, right? Just trying not to create the pattern. So far away mountain, right? Mountain is done. And if I really want to put some detail on this, what I'll do is I'll take the other brush, that round brush again, the same blue whatever we had, but I don't want to put straight white on that. It's not exactly the snow depiction, but I want to put some lines, but not exactly to show. So that is just, as you can see, all I'm doing is just some lines. If you feel that it's too much, just use your finger and then you try to get this out. Just some shapes that you can actually see from far. Idea is that, see that contour of the mountain. So follow that contour of the mountain, and here I'm not worried. So far away, I think here is a little bit more. I think should be good, right? Yeah, that should be good. Here I feel that I have put a little bit more, right? Far away mountain, that's more than enough. So just a suggestion, mountain and something is there. Here it's a little bit bigger, but that's fine. I have some other idea to actually get this done. So here I'm going to paint some mountains, or the cliff type of mountains, that is actually going to go somewhere around here, right? Not exactly center, so I'm going to take this, or otherwise I have to go composition wise. Already I have, this is less and this is more, so the foreground is more. Rule of third, if you use, or even golden ratio if you use, somewhere around that. And then I will not take entirely here, I will start somewhere here. So if I start from there, it goes here and then let it go till here. That's the reason I did not worry that much about that. And if I come somewhere here, let me go all the way here, little bit here, and then the line that I am going to put here, layers, they are coming forward. So if I am actually going to take this somewhere here, this will be somewhere till here, and then maybe another one, maybe somewhere here, I think, right? Shorter, but then after that I will follow this contour here again, like that, right? Like that contour. So that is just a depiction, so you will know exactly, right? Just a minute. Right, just want to make sure that this brightness is actually getting out of focus. So if I put some more this one, so what we'll do is we'll try to get some green here. So for that reason, what I want to do is, let's just take some sap green. Today I'm using all what do you call liquid. This is only just the liquid one. Other than that, I'm using two of these Winsor Newtons, which I'm going to take now. Let's just take that yellow. This yellow is actually semi-transparent, it's not exactly opaque, but it works for me, right? Okay, so let's just see here. If you take I'll mix this, and I also need anyways some yellow ochre too. That's the color I've taken. Just gets dried. That player. One thing I say, player. It's just 1 or 2 days, but this is one thing that I don't like from Winsor Newton. So
You need to use advanced tools.
no, it just dries so hard, or otherwise I am actually closing it hard. I don't want the paint to dry, but it doesn't mean that it just dries so much.
So you're saying that Winsor Newton acts also as a glue?
The acrylic dries correct anyway. So let's just go along with this. I have 3 colors here. All the 3 colors I'm going to use. So let's just take that lighter green, right? Start from this. I'm going to go a very what do you call? So this is again far away mountain in front. I don't want that. Reason behind that we drew this is that we can actually concentrate on where we need to. I am actually for now this is what I'm going to do. So if you need anything fixing, we'll come back later, right? Okay, so that's about it. Let's just go back, touch of water, yellow, and that mountain which we were trying to do that here, far away mountain, right? Okay, so here far away meadow I have to manage with yellow and yellow ochre. That's what I'm going to do. So let's just do this. That is very far away. So for that reason I'm going to take some yellow ochre and then try some yellow ochre there, here and there. All this will come to, I'm just showing a very easy one because I don't want you to get into too much of details with this. So there is more light here, and also all types of green is also there. So then just contour, just make sure that you follow that contour there, and then here too, right? That side. Okay, so anything if I want, let's paint some details there far away. Again, some trees are here far away, just some details. And then here if I take some trees, let's stipple some of them here. I'm not going to concentrate on any highlights here, so just the lines, come here far away. Like I said, meadow that goes there, there. Just a suggestion, so you don't have to worry too much. Here maybe I can put some trees here too, right? Far away, all far away. So there is light, there is some more light. Again what we'll do is we'll take somewhere there, meadow goes there again. See that field, that how that plane goes with the what do you call the perspective. So again I can put, you can use a smaller brush if you want. I think I can manage with this. Smaller trees again here. I'm not going to go darker than that. That should be enough. Here I'm going to put a little bit taller trees. Just a second. You just make sure that with that stippling you get that right. So from here again, although we didn't put there anything much, here line, there, right? And then again we do the same thing for this one too. But this here, because perspective wise it's bigger, so I am going to go a little bit bigger, right? Okay, so now again we'll follow this. But what I want to do is, before I do this, actually we can come back to that, but what we'll do is, let me just use this brush, the first brush. Use the entire whatever yellow or all that whatever I have, and contour. Make sure that the contour, that slope, that what we have is that, and then the far away, uh, that one. And if I really want to enhance this, I can actually get that little bit darker there, and then see. If you want any details, we'll put that little bit later. But first, before any paint dries, let me just take a drop of water. Anything dries, so leave this as negative painting for that cliff. Follow along with the contour of the land, right? Here actually it goes that side. Follow the contour of this land, exactly. That's a stroke that I am trying. So manage with the dark and light, yellow ochre, all that land. Little bit white in the yellow ochre can give you some different light here, right? And now let's just see whatever we have put, does that make any sense? We'll have to manage with any of these colors here. So light is from left side, so I am intentionally going to make this little bit brighter. Make sure I'm trying to make sure a little bit brighter. Add yellow and white. That bright you are only able to see when let me just mix this. I don't think this is going to get darker. I should use ultramarine blue rather than this blue. Yeah. Okay, let's give a type of bluish green here. More little bit. This is all under shadow. First let's put some of this bushes, and then we go with a little bit darker. So right here, there. What we'll do is, before we do any other detail on this, let's work on this first, then we can put the foreground details. For that, art I'm going to take is burnt sienna, just a little bit burnt sienna. I can take red, but I think burnt sienna is good enough. Okay, let's just see. For that, I think that should be enough. Burnt sienna, white, maybe I can actually, if you are depicting little bit shadow, I can actually use with blue and what is that? First what we'll do is, then we'll put the shadow in between. I think we'll concentrate on this. So for this reason, I will take a little bit of ultramarine blue, because I need little bit dark. I'm going to mix with, you can use phthalo blue, Prussian blue. This actually is going to give me anyways darker, so I'm going to go with that, with white and this first, right? I can add even yellow ochre with this in between to get the color. So our idea was to get this particular line, but I think that's too dark. I will add more white to this, or mix here itself, but just take some here, because this is going to dry darker, so that's the reason I'm going to go. Yes, let's just do it this way. First let's just, that is the cliff again, here one more, and then as it goes up,
He looks very good.
okay, first let's put this darker. I don't want to put it. You can, because this is anyways acrylic, so I can
When it is
manage.
done, it will be so satisfying to peel this up.
Right, I'm just trying to get some highlights here.
Here, main thing is the paint should be opaque. If the paint is not opaque, that's it.
Now for now, I am,
Even if the paint is not opaque, here on the yellow it will be fine, but when it's on the blue, that's it.
any of this, the paper which I've taken, it's light yellow, so I think I should be able to, but let's just try to see that I have some highlight for that, then I can actually put that little bit dark. Okay, so that's okay. I think you can call that under painting, but first let's just see how the next color goes into that. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lines here and there, different ways of doing this. It's not exactly you have to follow this, but I will make sure that it follows that contour. I know that it has to go through that way. And let me just rub, take some yellow ochre, just yellow ochre, and if you put any, I'll just put this there, right? So that goes there. We have to show the layers anyways. I'm just getting ready for any of this. Okay, so that's good enough. Any highlight we need, we'll put it later again. Okay, so there, I think I have hidden the entire thing here. So make sure that you go here according to that, so it can actually get some realistic lines, right? There, right? This is just there, right? So now the next thing is we'll go a little bit darker again. For that dark, I'm going to use the same burnt sienna, but this time I'm going to actually add ultramarine blue to that. Ultramarine blue, Prussian blue, don't add black to this. When you have this color, you can actually make a good darker Van Dyke brown. So why do you want to use something else? Okay, so now is the main thing. This is where I'm going to, a little bit of green I'm going to put on top, whether you see or not, but I think, or maybe not, depends on exactly how I use it. So let's just say, right, from here, right, that goes from there, that we will separate. We will separate that. We will see how this actually goes along with that. You will be able to see the details and some cracks I'm going to put for this. And again, what I'm going to do is here, little bit, this part I'm going to, this way actually what happens is each one as they come down, that's the thing what I have. Right here. You have to make sure, pay attention to exactly what you have and where that particular detail has to go. Very important. Here, if I just take that line, anything we need to increase, we will increase contrast later. So this is where I would say make sure that you have that darker green, lighter green shades, contour. Make sure we need to put some green there. So here, make sure that shape is there. So now you can see the highlight, automatically it comes through that highlight. So there is like that, right? I can see on my screen as well. If anything actually differs, I'll be able to tell you if this doesn't look right. There. little bit light touches, so I can easily turn these cracks here into something like that, right? So this side I can actually have a little bit darker color and also have that lines of cracks, right? But where light doesn't reach, that's the idea. Let's just see here. I think I'll put some more dark here so that I can actually get this right. Okay, so next is here some cracks I need here. Make sure that you bring your flat brush to a chisel edge so you can, or otherwise to to a point, so then you will be able to, this if I break it down, if I take that, break it down, this can actually go something like that, and then make sure that you're actually following that contour here, right? Again, from here long cut, right? So now at any point of time I can see that there is too much of gap here. I can also see that this is from perspective wise, actually if it is too tall I won't be able to see much on top. Maybe I can put some, the light might touch there. Actually I can take that as light, right? Okay, so now what I want to do is enhance this little bit further. Take this and take a little bit more blue and see how dark I can get out of this, and enhance this part where I see that it has cracks little bit and separates the foreground with the background, so there, right? Again do the same thing for this top one as well. Apply that, making sure that it's just that, right? I think now you should be able to see some difference, right? And I need to separate this one as well, otherwise yeah, it starts from there. I need to separate that here itself. Right, okay, for some of them we'll put darker here too, so that we know it balances the entire thing. And here I think I will take this little bit up. I'm trying to see where I might go wrong or have gone wrong. Right here I think maybe a little bit more here. It doesn't have to be, right? Okay, so now let's put some more lines somewhere here, little bit darker ones, just so to emphasize the contrast here and here as well. Let's just put that. I think I'm just trying to see here if I take, right, trying to see where by going wrong there, right? A little bit around here, break that. I think it should be enough. Something like that. So now let's go back to our green and try to manipulate the other colors here. Green again I need darker, so the only way I can get darker is I am not going to add any Murcian now. I will add more ultramarine blue, so I get, or otherwise you can add phthalo blue like I said, or Prussian blue, darker blue. That way you will get, you can see that actually blue green but actually darker green. If you have emerald green somewhere around that, you can try this. You can actually see the difference between here greens, right? And it dries darker anyways, acrylic. So I'm going to go with that and see what happens with this first of all. So here our idea was to get this here and make this little bit lighter, and then do it just like that. There, 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 there. The brush also you can do, and we can try with this. So here, this is where I was saying I can actually stip a little bit and then get the darker ones. Remember, that's what I said. Still not going to put any highlights here because I already have some kind of green there. But all I'm trying to do is bigger, smaller, so highlights in between. So use your brush, this one.
Stippling method.
Yeah, stippling, and use your brush to your advantage, and sometimes use your what do you call the texture of the paper. This is a smooth paper, so I can't say anything other than that. So let's just take some lines which is going along this line, and it comes here too again, which goes from there, just the meadow lines. So just a suggestion again, like I said, all I can do is just like pulling that, I can actually put some small, just to show the depth, right? Just to show the depth, we get to know depending on that where that actually goes. And from here intentionally I'm going to bring this little bit green here, right? Pull this again, do the same thing here, to a little bit pull that, right? So here, just so that I don't make any odd ones, so I'm going to put a little bit of on that, along that line. See, by applying little bit of contrast, you increase different things here, right? So let's just take a little bit here, and we just put some of this here just along this line, so it is just there. And I will also put intentionally some of them there. These are not that dark, but I'm just trying to emphasize some of them, and I'm not going to put too much of dark there. So that's enough. That actually it recedes further away, so I'm actually going to leave it like that, far away. And yeah, it is just about that, not much of that difference. So now I have an option. Let's do another this one here, a kind of meadow type. So I'm just going to show you a very simple method. Again, use this, pull your finger, follow the contour, mainly follow the contour. If you don't follow the contour, you might actually lose the entire thing. So again, what we'll do is here, because I don't want to repeat the shapes, remember, no repeating shapes, following contour, all the fingers again. I can use different brush, but I think the other brush is a little bit bigger, so I'm going to use the stipple again. Stipple this here, as you can see the gap between, make sure that you actually leave the gap. See that white actually shows against that, otherwise what all I can do is, even I can make one of them very big here. Let's do that. That way what happens is that takes it backwards, right? And See, I'm not going to put any too much of details. Concentration is all here. So very main thing is we all learn many brushstrokes, but you don't use all of them straight away. I'm actually going to release an acrylic painting. The brushstrokes, what you learn, you start with the brushstrokes and then go up the ladder by learning difficult ones. So I'm just trying to see here anywhere. What else here, little bit small there. I will just get that done. You see the brightness of that area, and here I'm trying to break this little bit because the reason behind that is that is very open. So here I have already done some color, so that will act as my some highlight. So I don't want to get that attention somewhere else, so my focus is on this. So what I want to do is, before I end anything here, I can actually put some highlights on this. Let's just see how that works. I'll take a little bit of yellow, just a touch of yellow, because I need highlights only for some of them. I'm not going to put highlights for far away ones because that's not our concern. So this is same green and yellow, more yellow, but I'll take touch of that is from tube, so I need to make sure add more yellow, or you can add a little bit white to that, but I don't. This is good enough. Let's just see. I'm going to stipple the same thing what I had here. Let's just see. I think you can add if you really wish, just to show. Make sure it's very dry brush. It's very dry brush. Like I said, it's not value. If it doesn't differ, then I won't be able to see the difference between my highlight and any of this. So like I said, I'm not going to put everywhere. Even if I take straight yellow, I can apply here and there. I think you should be able to see some. I will show you close up so you get to know, because I can see, I don't know how much you can see. So let's concentrate on one last thing. So I'm going to take the shaded side, little bit of this and little bit of ultramarine blue. It's warm color, cool color based on that. So I'm going to take this. As you can see, what I've done is I've taken, just a minute, I just need more crimson to that. It's very violetish, so I'm going to use this. I can use Payne's gray. I usually use Payne's gray. So let's just take that violet and add a sort of shade wherever the shaded is there. So I will show you how I'm adding shaded side. You add that shaded side, take that out, that's enough. And I will do the same thing for this one too. See that, right, that's enough. And again I will do some of this shaded side, right? It's a glaze, actually, if you ask me. It's just a glaze. So let's just see wherever you see that it's needed, not everywhere. As you can see, I'm not putting it everywhere. Glaze, it matters, but again, it's up to you whether you want to do it or not. But I've tried to get that layers, and that the top one is done. I can put some green on this, thinking that some tree or something growing, but again, if I think in terms of eye level, if you're standing somewhere here, so it's too far and too above my eye level, right? So okay, let's take out this and reveal the
Finale.
miniature painting.
That's under.
Slowly, because this actually feels a little bit, that's why.
For me, everything is going well.
Mm.
Are you?
That's okay, that's okay. That's fine. I know that. The idea is entirely different, but wait just a minute. Let me just go very, very slowly. Once I take out this, at least you will be able to.
I'm having a very bad day here.
Okay, okay. If I press this, it will be. Yeah. There. So I hope you learned something out of it. I don't think I wouldn't call this as a beginner painting, because lots to learn, lots to practice. Mainly everything is dependent on brush strokes. So I hope you enjoyed the entire thing. It's very, very simple, but simple techniques, stippling, but understand the way that the perspective was done, small to bigger, wider, small to wider, light source, the shadow side, the colors, all of them are applied one by one. Cloud is just very simple cloud. I should have used a little bit smaller brush, but I think I'm just okay with what I've done. So simple stippling all, but main thing is the perspective, color mixing, the highlights, shades and shadows. So I hope you enjoyed this live tutorial. So if you paint along, if you have painted along, let me know how it turned out, or if you're painting later, let me know how it turned out. So thank you for joining. I will see you again. So you keep an eye on this, subscribe to my channel, so that whenever I schedule the next one, you get notified. Thanks. Bye bye.